Hey everyone, it's Bob. We're putting a Trommel together. I don't know if y'all know about Claim 6, Weaver Mining District Claim 6. We got a lease for the next 2 years on it, so it's time to move some dirt. I was with a fellow by the name of Kent McGrew at a Congress. He's helping me put my notice of intent together. And we should be digging, well, it's going to take us a couple of months before we start, but it's going to be good to move some substantial material and see if we can't get a little bit of money out of the deal with some gold. I bought steel yesterday for the Trommel and the rollers that are going to hold the support the tube. In anticipation of having to cut and weld, picked up a few pieces of gear, and I'll let you know what I think so far. I needed something to cut a cutoff wheel, chop saw for the metal that we picked up, and for the base support of the rollers, and you'll see that in a little bit. I used some pretty big steel. It's 120, 6x2, and the first thing I noticed with this Evolution Rage 2, which is what I decided to purchase instead of a Harbor Freight chop wheel. They're supposed to cut with minimal sparks and minimal friction, and cuts any kind of material. And I watched the videos that they had, and they're really good. So it sold me. I went and got the 14-inch unit. One thing I didn't like, one of the first things I noticed about it that I didn't like was that the 6-inch by 2-inch, it's too wide. If I cut 90 degrees, I'm fine. But this is adjustable to 30 degrees, 45 degrees, and you lose the area, the width of the piece you can cut as you change that angle. It gets smaller. So I initially wanted to cut all this at 45 degrees so I wouldn't have any open ends on the steel, but I had to reconfigure everything because it could not cut a 6-inch wide piece at 45 degrees. So keep that in mind before you get anything like that. So after I reconfigured everything to make flat 90-degree cuts, I put the first piece in, and it worked pretty good. Not real fast, but I noticed that if you draw down on it, it'll stop that blade pretty quickly. So you pretty much gotta just gently hold it down and let it do its thing. But that's the chop saw, Evolution Rage 2. I hadn't used it on wood. One blade's supposed to cut wood, steel, plastic, and they even had a demonstration where there's a piece of 2x4 with nails in it, and they cut through the wood and the nails all at the same time. Pretty impressive. Eastwood, MiG 175. This is going to help me put this frame together for this gold Trommel. This is a brand new unit because I had to return the first one. There were a lot of positive reviews on this unit, and there were a few bad ones, and one of the problems that I had read about in the bad reviews was the gas cutoff when you hit the trigger. I had that same problem, and I wound up sending it back. Now those guys were fast. They sent me a shipping ticket for it, and I boxed it up and sent it back. And then I had another unit in reasonable time. And I hadn't set it up yet, but they assured me that that's a problem that happens every now and again. And my second unit, I should be fine with it. We'll see. I guess I'm going to be doing a good bit of welding on this frame. And I'll let you know how that goes as we move forward. Now let me show you the cut pieces of frame that I have that we're about to tack into place. 4 pieces of metal, 6x2. The rollers are there. Nothing's welded or bolted in place. I'm just seeing how everything's fitting together. So the next thing I'm going to do is set up the new Eastwood welder, get it plugged in, and see if we can't tack everything. on H30. Okay. Pull your magnets out, clean them with a brush, and lay those beads in. Alec's got a half a day today. He's helping me out doing some welding, getting our Trommel ready. Look how that thing's coming along, man. Okay, a little bit of an update. I think the last time you saw this unit, it was just kind of placed together, getting ready to weld. Well, obviously, we've gone a good bit further. We have the rollers in place, and we have the verticals on the frame, and of course the frame, the foundation of the frame is in place, so it turns. Got a good bit to do yet. Right now, we're going to situate the tube where I can get a saw on the end and have kind of a guide. The ends of the tube aren't square, so I want to get a nice circumference that I can cut through and get this thing where it will be square at the ends. Both ends have to do this, and then we'll get the horizontals in place. And I don't know if you can see. Let me check the view of the camera. I want to show you how we're sitting up at the end here. How I intend to situate the end, there's going to be a frame railing. It's going to go the length from one vertical to the next, and it's going to go beyond this. Same thing here, and then there's going to be a piece going across that I'm going to have another one of these rollers in place. And what it's going to do, it's going to set right there. And another reason why this needs to be squared away. So as the trommel turns, this will keep it from wanting to slide down, because it's going to be on an angle like this. So it'll keep it in place. And we have Alec was here yesterday. He did a good bit of welding. It was nice to see him getting stuck in, as they say. He's going to be quite a handyman. So that's it for this update, and we'll be back. Okay, the last update in this portion of the work. The trommel frame has been welded together on the bottom, the verticals, railings on the top. The ends of the tube have been cut square on both sides. Last but not least, we have this end piece welded on. Actually, it was Alec that did it. We have the last roller welded in place. It's going to keep the end of the trommel. It's going to rotate. While it rotates, it's going to be spinning on this. As the far end is going to be elevated, the trommel, gravity is going to want to make the trommel work its way down. This will prevent that from happening. So the four rollers on the bottom will keep it spinning at a nice steady rate, while this one roller here will keep it from wanting to move forward too far. It'll keep it stationary from a vertical perspective. So I had wanted to cut the holes where the screens are going to be. Unfortunately, time would not allow it. So we're going to have to hang everything up for a couple of weeks, few weeks. When we get back in town, we'll take this up again. So stay tuned for the next part of the trommel build. Sorry it's so long, but hey, guys, got to make a living, right? I'm real proud of Alec for the welding that he did. The Evolution Rage 2, initially I was concerned because it didn't cut so well. The blade seemed to hang up. I thought the motor was spinning and the blade stopped. We found out that the blade needed to be torqued down, tightened up. So I'm thrilled to death with the results, the performance of the Evolution Rage 2 cut all chop saw. It cut everything here without without any kind of effort. My Eastwood MiG 175, we had some problems with the, I had a problem with not having my main torch wire that attaches to the gas in enough. We weren't getting sufficient gas. There was gas leaking out there. I'm surprised I still have any in the tank, but Alex the one that figured it out, and once we got the gas tank situated, man, those welds really smoothed it out. This is the second unit. I had to return the first one due to the fact that I don't want to say whatever was affecting the solenoid wouldn't operate correctly, and the gas just kept flowing from the nozzle. We sent it back, and no questions asked. They sent me another unit, and so far so good. And other than me not putting the main wire in there, the main cable connection, umbilical, I guess you can call it. It has the gas, the trigger, and the wire comes through it. But that was my mistake. So far, everything's holding up the way it should and operating the way it should. I think the next time we get together, it's going to be, we intend to put a plasma cutter as part of our tool shed that will allow us to make some intricate cuts with the sheet metal that we intend to use. On the other end, we have hopper / grizzly. I have yet to figure out how we're going to do that. I did get a piece of 30-inch, eighth inch gauge, or 12 gauge if you will, 12 gauge sheet metal that was 30 inches long, and they rolled it into an 8-inch diameter for me. And that's going to be on the other end to help with the hopper, the bottom of the hopper, and the feed into the tube. We have to submit our paperwork to the BLM. We have our notice of intent all made out with maps and everything. Just have to send it off, $150 fee, and we should be good to go. So until the next time, thanks a lot for watching. Please subscribe, like, leave a comment, even if you don't like it. You don't have to be insulting, but a little bit of constructive criticism goes a long way, and I'm a guy that can take some criticism. But I hope you're enjoying what we're doing so far. Thanks a lot. Take care.